Okay, recently I collect a lot of materials. They are about the studies, the news and reports. And all of these materials are about British economies. And I find that it is really predictable that the inflation is expected to decrease significantly in 2024. And this is going to be lead to an improvement in consumer sentiment. I think the increasing consuming is also brings that phenomenon which is overspending. So today I invite two students who majored about the economies, and they are from Leeds University, Mr. Lee and Miss Liu, to take a short interview about the overspending. Okay, let's start it. Firstly, I think it's really important to let me know why you choose this kind of consuming method, consuming way. The overspending, right? So please let me know the reason.
When I was a college student, I was often attracted by some fashion informations. Like you can see a lot of influencers will show off their life on the social media. And every time when they recommend some beautiful clothes or bags or some cosmetics, I would like to have it. And when my monthly living expenses can't afford my purchase, I will choose to overdraft. And by the way, sometimes you will see some advertisement on the social media, especially in China. And this kind of platform about lending platform, they will use a lot of languages to motivate you to borrow their money. I think these are the two main reasons.
Okay, for the next part, I'd like to discuss and learn something about the long-term impact of this consumption behavior to you. So could you tell me what do you think the long-term effects of overspending on your financial situation?
I like to say that I'm a lucky person, that I don't have the habit for overdrafting for long term. It mainly happened in my student life, and every time when I overspending, I believe that I have the ability to cover my overdraft. So actually it don't have a big impact on my life. But I have to admit that every time when I do this, I am under a big mental stress because I have to worry about whether my remaining money could afford my next month's living expenses. And being in this mood for a long time will make me feel really uneasy and regretful. Yeah, that's true.
Okay, for the last questions, I think it's really important to give some young people some advices on avoiding overspending to help them establish healthy financial habits and sustainable lifestyle. So what suggestions would you like to give to the other young people, the other young students to avoid or manage their over-consuming?
Well, I do have some useful suggestions for saving money. So the first one is if you really want to buy something but you can't afford it right now, thinking twice. I mean, the most important reason is you have to make sure that you have ability to repay it on time. This is the most important one. And secondly, I think when you choose to overdraft, you can evaluate this item's price, its usefulness, and how much you like it. You can evaluate it and rate it. I mean, if the score is lower than the 60, I will suggest you to give up it. And well, finally, I think set up an emergency fund is really useful as well. You can save a portion of money each month, and so that you have ability to face some emergency situation and make it under control. Yeah, that's all.
Thank you. Very nice to meet you, Mr. Lee. Today we're going to talk something about the overconsumption. And for the first question, I think it's really important to understand why these people would like to choose this lifestyle. I mean, the overconsuming.
Okay, actually, I'm not sure about that because I don't spend it in advance for myself. So just personally, I can understand why people they choose spending beyond their means. So I'm afraid I can't give some my opinions.
Okay. Is there anything would prompt you to engage in overspending?
I don't think so. I just consume because I want it, and I have enough money. So if social media gives some, some information about some products, maybe I will love it. But if I don't have enough money, I won't buy it. Yeah.
Okay, for the next part, let's discuss the long-term impact of this consumption behavior. How do you balance current spending with future financial planning?
Okay. I'm a Chinese. All we Chinese have financial plans. We always plan ahead. We don't like the things unforeseen. So I would say we always keep the balance, keep enough money for the future in case something happened, like some disease or some accidents. So just financial plans is in our blood. Yeah.
Well, that's a good plan, but I know there is a very famous Chinese application called the Alipay,
Yeah.
and it got a very famous function called Zhima Credit. It's a famous credit platform. So, how do you treat the other Chinese young people that use this kind of platform?
Like I know that function. It's like digital credit card. I've never used that, but some of my friends pretty like it. They can afford their consuming, their life, but I won't judge them because just personal habits. So just personally, I won't use that. It will open the door of the over-consuming. So I will leave it alone. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. For the last questions, I think it's also really essential to give some other young people, some other young students, some suggestions about avoiding the overconsuming to help them establish a very healthy financial habits and a sustainable lifestyle. So, my question is, what's your advice about the overspending?
To be honest, I don't think I have the ability to suggest some people how to live their life or how to spend their money. That's personal things. But if I have to say, I would say give yourself a 10 minutes cooling off period. Like if you want to buy something, just leave it alone and do something else. 10 minutes after, if you still thinking about that and still want it, go ahead. Because I'm not telling people to surprise their desires. I'm telling people how to figure out what they truly want. If the things you want it on earth, you like you can meet your need, just buy it. Why not? Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for this interview. Thank you so much, Miss Lee.